Good evening, everyone, and it is 7 o'clock. We're starting our Economic Development Commission meeting. So I'll start with roll call. I'm sitting in for Lori Mariano, so my name is Judy Michon. I'm here. So roll call: Dave Gers.
Here.
Amy Derbuscher.
Here.
John Tarducci.
Here.
And of course our Economic Development Director, Rich Cola.
Here.
Okay, so everyone is present. If we could stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So I guess we'll start off with approval of the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from September 11th, 2025?
I did, but I wasn't present, so I'm going to abstain from voting.
I was not
I'll make a
present.
motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so done. Correspondence.
So we, I often talk about kind of looking forward and trying to give an idea of what's going on. So some new people have kind of come forward in recent days. Talk a little bit about that, and then how that plays into what is still kind of another month of a pretty extensive economic development report. With zoning permits, I'm going to go back because we met in September, but not in October or November. So a couple of these are since that last meeting. One of them is 208 Main Street, new retail store, L Thrift Store. And I had a chance with the ribbon cutting, but to see some of the stuff in there. And if you haven't gone there, there's some really cool stuff there. And I think, especially now this time of year, you might be able to pick up a gift for someone. They have some pretty unique stuff. So that's the L Thrift Store. Also in September, 365 Hemingway Avenue, business office for the Next Street Driving School. And if you're John or myself, maybe even David, Amy, you may have too. Judy wasn't around here, but we all remember Phil's driving school back in the day.
Phil Palmer.
And who didn't?
Yeah.
If you grew up
Go
here,
there, right?
you went to Phil's driving school. In fact, we used to meet.
You went also from Hampton there.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. So we would meet in front of the what was then the police department, right, which is now the planning and zoning office. I don't know, Dave, you must remember that when the police department was there.
Yeah, when it was over here, yeah.
And then we would drive, at least when I took driving lessons, we would drive to the Y in New Haven, and that's where that was held. So
Parallel park.
I do go down memory lane a lot, being back here
I
often.
went to
So.
parallel park in front of, over by Clinton Avenue School with Phil's.
Didn't you hate that?
I hated it, I still hate it.
Now, this might be a typo here because I didn't do the report, but it also has the same address, being a business office for Anorexis LLC, unless they're both in that same location, which may be the case. 208 Main Street, new personal training facility called Death Grip Fitness. We were also on hand for the ribbon cutting with them, and I think they also joined the chamber. 990 Foxton Road, approval for all site work to construct a multi-tenant commercial property, and we have been on that for God knows how long, and blasting, I believe, is scheduled for next week.
Is that the one near the high school?
No, this is in Foxton, the old Seasons, Foxton Country House.
Right.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, so everything's been leveled, and now it's time to blast and get going on that, so really excited about that. 182 Commerce Street, approval for a bottle redemption facility. 662 Co-Ave, new signage for Town Line Wine and Spirits. 845 Foxton Road, new signage for BioSkin. 97 Old Foxton Road, approval for a new limo service called Alton Limousine Service. 245 Kenneth Street, approval for a cottage food business called Saboroso, I believe it is, Saboroso Condiments. 208 Main, right where we are, approval for a new sign for a new restaurant called, is it Addie? I believe it's spelled ADE,
Aid?
Aid, or Addy.
Adele?
We'll find out soon enough and go give it a whirl and see what they're all about. 920, a retail store set up without a zoning approval, a cease and desist has been sent. 744 Foxton Road, formerly Planet Zaza and Blossom Beauty Salon, property has been sold. A site plan review for a convenience store may be submitted soon. And 119 Frontage Road, East Haven Terminal, has submitted an application to DEP for air emissions, looking to add gasoline as a product to be distributed out of the site, also to improve 8 fuel tanks. And Joe Boudreau, zoning enforcement officer, will be reaching out to the engineering firm to let them know that the activity is a regulated activity, that a site plan review application needs to be submitted to the Planning and Zoning Commission. As far as site plan reviews, application number 25-39, Eric Ayama, 836 Foxton Road, an application for a site plan review to allow a multifunctional business known as Academy Designs to locate within an existing commercial space. That was approved on November 5th. Application number 2540, Jezreel Garzon, 836 Foxton Road, an application for a site plan review to allow a men's-only barbershop known as Fine and Taper LLC to locate within an existing commercial space. That was also approved on November 5th. Application number 25-41, Emma Perez, 836 Foxton Road, an application for a site plan review to allow a business office known as Lucero Multi-Services LLC to locate within an existing commercial space, approved on November 5th. Application number 25-43, Will Roth, 320 Main Street, application for a site plan review to allow a second sign on an existing freestanding sign pole. That was approved in early December. Application number 2545, Sally Beauty, 75 Frontage Road, an application for a site plan review to locate a retail store within an existing commercial space. That was approved in December 2nd. And what makes me really happy about that is because, as you know, a lot of people will know that Sally Beauty was located for a long time on the other side of Frontage Road, and when before their lease was up, they were informed, so probably a year or so ago, that their lease would not be extended. Same thing with Working Gear that was there. So Michael Schaefer, it was a decision he made to take down the wall and make that a one bigger facility. So to be able to at least keep Sally Beauty in town and get them, you know, in a spot where they're getting sort of the most or as much traffic as they were before, and again with respect to the fact that they were here for a long time. So we're glad to keep them. Tried to keep Working Gear as well. You know, we're sometimes a little bit hamstrung by what is available. I know everyone wants to concentrate on the bigger stores, the pharmacies that we do have, but the in-between stuff, not as much, or sometimes the building size is pretty good, but the parking isn't adequate. So, but we were able to save Sally Beauty, so happy about that. And application number 25-29, Planning and Zoning Commission, a petition for a text amendment to the East Haven zoning regulations regulating accessory outdoor dining areas for restaurants and food services establishments. Public hearing is scheduled for January 7th, 2026. And I love if there was anything positive that came out of the pandemic, I think was the advent of, you know, the outdoor seating and stuff. And that is something, as you know, I continue to look at grants, look at this facility that we're in at 208 Main Street, and can picture outside adding some stuff, adding some trees, and also kind of beautifying it, but also trying to get maybe some outdoor dining if we can.
If you get the right people, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we
Right
have
businesses,
any,
you get the right businesses.
Yeah, do we have any sort of people that we think are ready to do a restaurant with outdoor dining?
That came up in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission,
Oh,
we're
really?
being proactive about it.
Okay.
To get that behind us.
Good.
We didn't have a regulation that directly addressed it, but with the governor's mandates, we were allowing it, or we had to allow it
Wonderful. Mhm.
during the COVID period. So we're being the Planning and Zoning Commission is being proactive, and we're addressing it now.
Great.
Anticipating that because we've had inquiries.
Okay.
Coming up too in the report from Joe Boudreau in the pipeline, 845 Foxton Road, corner of Crest Avenue, excavation taking place which requires planning and zoning's attention, probably looking to expand the parking area. A cease and desist has been sent. 920 Foxton Road, a retail store set up without a zoning approval, a cease and desist has been sent. I mean, you just have to come and you know, sometimes people follow the old, I'll ask for forgiveness later on because I'm not asking for permission.
Yeah.
Well, there is a certain order of things that
That
has to
happens
happen.
too often now.
Far too often.
Yeah.
It's
So
gotta stop.
it does, and there have been a few times, I can think of in recent times where once someone has come out, usually Joe, to talk with them. I don't know what the reasoning was, but then they've gone through the proper channels and they're off and going. But, you know, everyone, really do yourselves a
That's
favor.
all we're asking for.
That's all. And so what's, in addition to, and if there's anything here that you guys want to discuss, but what I continue to say this, and I'll say it because we're getting closer and closer now, that two of the empty Rite Aids have a great shot at being whole again, I guess, so to speak. So the one in Foxton, the closing is coming up next week. So hopefully, barring anything unforeseen, we kind of take that and can do some really good things there. And that's one where there's, I think, adequate parking. That whatever you bring in, I think we're going to be fine, because it's going to be one entity that will take up probably between 6,500 and 7,000 square feet, and then depending on, they're talking to a couple of different entities. If it's one, it would just take up the remaining space there, and if it's not, it could be two that are, say, 4,000 square feet each, because that building is about 14,800 feet, 800 square feet, I think. And the potential owner is planning on taking up, as I said, maybe up to 7,000 square feet, so leaving a pretty good chunk still available. The Rite Aid on Main Street, I know they stopped taking bids about a month ago, and they're in negotiations with someone right now. They get kind of tight-lipped, even, you know, with me too, but I do think that it's going to be something that I think is really good for the town. And then, you know, then I won't say you start working on, because the Rite Aid on Hemingway, I know they've received 2 offers recently. The owner did not accept those offers, but the fact that the offers are coming in, and then Walgreens, and so I won't say then we will turn our attention to Walgreens, because, you know, it's had our attention since they announced that they were moving.
Right.
The issue, and you don't want to belabor the point, but when these buildings are specific, in this case, and as the Rite Aids are, of a business where people are coming, going, then not as much parking is required. If you try and take that same building and bring in something where it isn't that come and go, then parking can become an issue, and that is what we're facing there. Although, if it could become part of a much bigger project, then other things could happen, like just taking the building and taking
Going-
it down
going
and
up,
building something
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
That has come up as well.
Mhm.
So, you know, and again, if you search Rite Aid closures or Walgreens closures, there's hundreds across the
Yeah.
country, and you know, it happened to us as well as it happened in many other areas, but it's how you can react from there. So I do like the fact that I think two of them are really, really close to having new ownership and,
Mhm.
and
And I'll be curious to see if all small pharmacies, well, not small, but our regular pharmacies close up and everything winds up at Stop and Shop and Walmarts and
A lot of,
so on.
a lot of that stuff is done, you know,
Yeah.
online now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and online,
Express
obviously,
Scripts.
yeah,
That's huge, you know.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's better.
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying it looks like the trend.
Oh,
Yeah.
At this
and
point,
Amazon.
No, a lot of people use
And
Amazon.
Amazon,
Yeah.
A lot of people use
Yeah.
I
Amazon.
get everything.
See it
on
at work all the
Amazon.
time.
So there's some things, trying to look ahead and anticipate. I've looked into some stuff. Should a big company like that start putting pretty big facilities in different areas
Mhm.
and then stocking, you know, and stocking from there, and what that can mean. So kind of looking into, you know, trying to be proactive and looking into that as well.
I very much like the idea of, wherever possible, when a building gets taken over and if they can build up for,
Mhm.
again, apartments or housing, would be great.
Well, and that was, there was, with respect to one of the Rite Aids, I had spoken with someone about that very thing, you know, retail and apartments. I think one of the issues that was expressed to me is that, you know, then it becomes very, very expensive to build, to do
Mhm.
that multi-use there,
Yeah.
mixed use. But mixed use is what we're really hoping for, as much as we can.
Well, if you
and-
start to look at what New Haven has done, besides ruining the class of what New Haven used to look like, but, you know, it's pretty amazing. I just wonder over years whether those buildings will eventually become old and not
Yeah.
as nice, and
I think
they
one
become
thing.
low rent instead of high end, which they are
Right.
now. But
Well,
that's New Haven's
everybody's
problem.
looking, yeah, everybody's looking for more, and we have
Yeah.
some stuff on the table,
Mhm.
in terms of housing. So, but trying to add to that as well. I don't wanna forget, I think one of the things that I think highlighted, certainly 2025, was what Amy has done. The comments that we've heard and how you've grown that in your first year of taking that over, so.
It's been fun. So we announced the opening of applications for the farmer's market for businesses.
Mhm.
We're gonna offer 3 options this year. You can be a full-time vendor. We expanded it, so it's gonna be 20 weeks instead of 17. You can be a part-time vendor, which is 10 to 12 markets. Some items just aren't that consumable that they need to be there every week. And then our daily passes for people that are pop-ins. So, and we're changing the hours a little bit. We're gonna do 8:30 to 1:30. 8 o'clock's a little early for some of these people are coming an hour and a half to get to East Haven for the market. Gets a little tough, and we're missing the mark after family mass at St. Vinny's. It's at 11:45. So if you go to mass, like you go to breakfast, you go to mass, you're not gonna make the market. And we heard that a lot last year, so we extended the hours of the market a little bit, and then we'll open up the application process for our community organizations in February or March.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
excited.
Nice job.
And I think that's, I think it's always great to listen, right? And it doesn't mean you're always going to change what you're doing based on, you know, one or a handful of people or whatever, but listening is key, because if it happens, and to your point about you hearing that a lot over the summer and then adapting to that, then I think it potentially can be even, you know, even bigger and better. But certainly there was tremendous growth this past year, so outstanding job.
I've already been to like 4 winter markets to try and poach some vendors. So on my Saturdays and Sundays, that's where I go. I go to other markets in the middle of the winter.
Watch out for Amy.
So we do have our schedule for 2026, and you know, again, it's always easy to remember in that it's the second Thursday
Yeah.
of each month. So it begins. Our next meeting will be January 8th. of 2026. That's hard to, 2026, we were just, Amy and I were both at the East Haven scrimmage at the rink, and I was talking to somebody about something that happened there my senior year, and which ends in a 6 as well, and I'm going, 1976, and I'm talking about 2026.
That's crazy.
But I haven't gotten any older.
Oh, really?
No.
Time
No,
flies
that's
by.
I haven't grown up
That's
at
a
all.
good attitude.
I haven't grown up at
That's a
least.
good attitude.
I was talking to the new owner of that's running the concession
Concession,
stand,
yep.
Kay's. She's doing phenomenal. Food's great, prices are fantastic. But I was saying how 2026. Wow, it's 25 years since the high school marching band won their first national championship.
Wow.
And then my sister looks at me. She goes, "I'm not that old."
Yeah, you really feel it when you start to.
How many high schools are involved with East Haven this year?
I think
For
it's
the
still
hockey
this,
team?
well, they added New Haven.
Yeah, the New Haven.
But no New Haven kids tried out, and I think because they've been without high school hockey for a
So
long
long.
time now. When I played, Cross, Hillhouse, and Lee all had teams.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 high schools in the city all had teams.
It's a different
It's
situation.
a different world
But I
now,
think
but
as time goes on and the younger kids realize that they could play,
yeah.
The problem
And
is,
still go to
it's
New
an
Haven
expensive
schools.
sport, too.
it is.
Oh, no
Yeah.
question.
So,
You know what I mean?
now all
That-
sports
that
are
is a lot.
expensive.
Well, you
I
take a
agree,
basketball, you
but
just
it's,
roll it out and start playing.
And Saturday the 20th, so not
Yeah.
this Saturday, Saturday the 20th will be a home game, and at 12:30 they will unveil the banner,
The state
their
championship.
Oh, yeah,
championship
that's
banner
great. That's
from,
great. Oh, that's
from
good.
last
That's,
year.
that's
So
So I think it's
Take a
East Haven, New Haven,
Sheehan,
Sheehan,
Oh, it's Sheehan this
Lime,
year?
Old Lime.
Uh,
Sheehan's been on the team for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have? You got
Yeah.
Clinton? Kids from Clinton are on
I don't know about this year. I know we have.
Really? Where would they go if they?
Well, so we do. I just don't know if they tried out. If any.
Oh, really?
Morgan
yeah,
players tried
sometimes
out.
you don't get
Morgan,
their
yeah.
kids.
I haven't gotten
Uh,
the roster yet.
Must be Westbrook and Old Saybrook too. Isn't it?
No, Old Lime
No.
and Lime.
No, Saybrook
Lime
has a
and
team.
Lime, Old Lime,
Wow.
East Haven, New Haven,
Sounds like a
Sheehan,
good team.
usually Clinton.
Well,
then
and you know what?
Sheehan.
It's no different than the Notre Dames of the world or Xavier, who East Haven was playing
Sure.
tonight, because they're in essence recruiting from
Brantford.
They've been doing that forever.
right.
Brantford Hockey is now co-oping with West Haven.
Wow, whoever
For the
thought that would
For
happen?
John and I, that's
then for
like,
the
are you
girls'
kidding me?
hockey-
West
Rich,
Haven or
did you,
Hampton?
did you ever think that would happen? West
No,
Haven?
no,
Yeah.
not West
Yeah.
Haven and Hampden.
Yeah.
Not a chance
Wow,
in
it's
a million
crazy.
years.
And then girls' hockey
How
is
things
East Haven and
change.
Guilford and,
Oh, good. I'm
and
glad the
Hand
girls
and
have a team.
Brantford.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
good,
they all
good.
co-op, but the concession stand in there is amazing. She does a really good job. She also does the concession stand at the Little League field down by Mogwin in the
Now,
summer.
what was the story with the pit this year? They didn't have teams?
didn't have enough kids like apparently
I,
trying
I,
out.
I,
That blows my
I
mind
played,
too.
I played there, like I'm 74 years old. I played when I was 7, 8 years old.
Yeah,
When I found out about that, I said, what? I'm not blaming anybody, I'm just saying that I couldn't believe
No.
that. What a shame.
yeah, I played
What a
from
shame.
8 was my first year of Pee Wee's
Yep,
to through Babe Ruth there.
yep. I did
Loved
too.
it, and
Oh,
still
it was
love
the
going there.
greatest thing. And it wasn't that, you weren't in the Little League system,
Right.
so you didn't have to stay there till sometime in September or whatever, or the kids, gave families a chance to have vacations in August.
So the girls played softball there this year, but
That's what I heard, yeah.
so hopefully.
Hopefully
comes
that'll
back.
change, but everything changes for the better sometimes.
Obviously, the schedule is available on our site. I don't want to talk about what hasn't happened because I'm very superstitious, but I did speak with someone about one location on Frontage Road, and there are very few locations left on Frontage Road. And so fingers crossed, but I think it could be, I think it's going to be a good place if it works out. So, they're always a crapshoot, but
Any bites on that property next to Ocean State Job Lot, trampoline park?
they have, so I speak or text with the corporate real estate person for Rite Aid, and they hired a separate company to kind of go out and recruit. And that's, the hard thing too is they're not looking for someone that's going to be competition for them. So like I have some great ideas, but they're not going to okay them because they don't want competition there. So that's a little bit of what you're up against there, and they have every right to be that way. you know, so we'll see. It's a great sized building and, one
How many
entity.
square feet are there?
26,000. And I had spoken to someone months ago, and when I inquired, he said, "Rich, your timing is great because we've changed our business model. We want between 20 and 30,000 square feet."
Well,
And that's when I turned it over to, you know, them and the corporate guy, and for whatever reason, they decided not to go in there. They've lost out on a couple. They tried for Burlington, as well, so they were in on different places. So, yeah, you just keep.
that whole shopping area is jammed up now, all the time.
I
You
just-
got people parking over where the bowling alley is on a Saturday.
Oh, from the, oh, yeah, I thought you were talking about, in Foxton,
Well,
yeah.
Foxton, I mean, that would be a great place for a furniture store.
Thought about that too,
Did you?
yeah. Did reach out to someone there, about that. Sometimes they're extremely hard, and to hear back from, you know, so Amy knows what I'm
I
alluding
know.
to.
I know.
But yeah, you have to keep plugging at it. You have to try to.
It's part of the job.
You know, and part of it is trying to be proactive, and that's, I think, by doing so, hopefully that lands us who I hope is coming to Furniture Road, so stay tuned.
I also think it's important that when we're, you know, when businesses come to town, they see people from town going to supporting them, you know. Since we've had our last meeting, I've been to, you know, I went to the thrift store. I'm there like every Saturday,
Yeah, I hear the
chatting with
thrift
her.
store's doing real well.
She's amazing.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
You know, Cabaret on Main and Broadway on Main and the New Haven Performing Arts, like they've been selling out all of their shows, which is fantastic. Transylvania had a great run through the Halloween, and now they're doing their Christmas theme, but they have been crazy busy the last few months.
It's been
So it's
insane.
nice to see so many people coming to East Haven for these things.
They need more
But
parking.
we in
That's
East
the
Haven need to
problem.
Yeah,
support
they
them
really
too.
do.
So I've, you know,
Oh, I
It's
know.
hard to
I've
park there.
spoken with someone at the state level trying to they're very limited to, if anything, that they can do there, but they're trying, so.
You know, just to carry your point, Amy, when you take a look at this, application 2545, we've had, just reported today, up to 45 new applications to Planning and Zoning Commission for businesses moving in. And this isn't the full amount, because we have a number of public meetings that have been pushed over to January that we're gonna be listening to. So, you know, I'm proud of the commission and proud of the town that we're attracting probably 50 new applications of businesses that wanna come to town.
Yeah.
Some of those are new housing too, which I think is gonna be great, because the residents are gonna support the new companies that we have coming into
Yeah.
town. So
Right.
we're recognized as a place to do business, which is good.
And it would be nice on social media if we promote ourselves, instead of, you know, people from elsewhere saying some of this stuff, in which a lot of it is just not factually correct. So,
And even just knocking on the door of your neighbor when they sell a house. I had a family move in down the street from me. I haven't dropped it off yet. Hopefully they're not. And I made a little welcome packet with a little note, and I gave them some of the events that we have in East Haven. And I had written a book about East Haven last summer, so I just stuck it in there. But it was more about like welcoming, because I knew I had talked to their real estate agent, and they weren't from East Haven. Like they were moving to East Haven. So I thought it was important to like say hello. Like this is what we have. Like the greens right here, you can see so many things. But I think if people were more neighborly like they were when I was a kid.
yeah.
You did a real nice job with the green. From last year, how much more business did we do there, you know?
Oh my goodness. Well, we had over double the number of vendors
Yeah, I
easily.
thought
and
it was
Family
such
Fun Day
real
was a
good
lot of
job.
fun last year.
It was
Covered
real
the
good
green.
job,
We're going to do
yeah.
that again.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have
it's night and
16
day.
days next
Yeah,
this year. We have
that's
a,
what people are looking for, what you've done.
And
Opening day
Public
could be a
Works did a
baseball
great
team.
job.
And if you wanna get a statue built for you, the corner of Thompson
Yeah.
and Route 80. You could do something with that? That's the biggest thing to be done there.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's gonna take, but.
I know.
If you want, I'll
Listen,
call 'em.
that was one of the first things when I was hired that we had talked about. For the first time, in the year, in 3 months that I've been here, and for years before that, someone said to me, someone that knows the owner, I think he's ready to sit down and talk to you guys. So I've been on this person to, you know, just give a date, we'll come to where he is, or he's welcome here.
That'd be wonderful.
But listen, there's just tremendous, there's no other area, John, I think you'd probably agree, there's no other area in the town that has the potential of what we could do there, especially in terms of mixed use.
Yeah, you
So-
have traffic, you have visibility, you have so many assets
Yep.
that are on that one property.
Yep.
No question about it, and for years, I've been trying to get through, so it's,
Well, you know,
Well,
so.
maybe
Hopefully it's
with
good.
all the people that are coming in now, like you said, John, maybe
Yeah.
he'll see that, or,
Yep.
well,
I think in the next year or so, something's gonna happen.
I have a new to me, builder came forward and said to me, and he's been part of a lot of success in other towns, had a business that was extremely successful, and he said, let's make some things happen in East Haven. I'm all for that, let's do it. So, you know, it's a slow process, but I think we're making, when you keep getting these applications and people from outside here, and to Amy's point, and I saw her today, I was at T&J to get something for lunch, and a woman who waited on me, she said, how are things at Town Hall? And she said, and that dentist was great. I looked at her, I was like, oh yeah. This was a woman from Boston, came into the mayor's office about 4 or 5 months ago. Had a great conversation. She loves the town. She lives here now, loves the town. And she called me out of the blue and said, hey, you know, I don't know a lot of people here. Can you guys recommend a dentist? So I looked around, talked with some of the people in the office, recommended her a dentist, and that's what she was talking about. And until she had a hat on, I didn't recognize her when she said that. I realized who it was. But Boston, East Haven, loves it. And also, we are getting, I don't know if this was out there last time, a company out of Los Angeles that is moving their headquarters here.
Where,
Well-
Commerce Street or what?
No, I'll talk more about that in January. So, and hopefully on January 8th, maybe we have a little bit more news in terms of the new business or the Rite Aids. Maybe those things have wrapped up by then,
Okay.
so.
But the optometrist on Thompson Street,
Yeah,
do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
It's on the left when you pull in Thompson going north. I know somebody that went there, right? Fussy person, and they raved about it.
Yeah.
They said they were so nice in there.
Dr. Chaffee years ago,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He used to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See,
But
I think we
heard
need
what's
to
going
stick
on there.
our chests out.
And I
a
didn't
little
even
bit.
know there was a place there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there
And
next
to your
month.
point, I had a patient come in about a couple of months ago, and I happened to see that they lived in East Haven, and I always make conversation when they do. And she said she came from the Midwest, and she chose East Haven because she felt it had the perfect amount of city, beach, country. She's like, you can literally get everything in one community. She goes, and it just seemed perfect. And she's been here for 2.5 years now.
We
She
have to
loves
start,
it.
we have to start thinking more of ourselves, and I think, and then more people will. So that's one of the things I would like to do, and if we can start, you know, getting even more stuff here, maybe we'll all, you know, people will feel, but they should feel better about themselves because of the things that we just talked about
We're
here.
a good town. We got good people in
We
this
do,
town. We got
absolutely.
good people in this town. If people don't understand that, that's their problem.
Absolutely.
And you know something? My son convinced me to get pizza from De Palma's again.
Nice.
Best pizza I've had in years.
But we have
It
no
was
shortage
so
of
good.
good pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, no, and there's a lot of good ones in
Oh,
the
my
town.
God, but
When
yeah.
I had those 2 weeks ago, I had it.
Yeah.
It was great.
We had a reunion last summer, and a bunch of people from my class met there, and that was the first time. But I've had, you know, their pizza in recent years before taking the job, and then, you know, Tolly's and the Palms
Tolly's
since
are
I've been
good.
here, and you know, John and Maria's.
Oh,
and-
John and
and,
Maria's, sure.
Nick's, and
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
And right here-
Wait.
What's here? We got right over here. What's his name? The pizza.
Minervini's.
Minervini's.
Minervini's is good too.
They're ranked high,
Yep,
too.
they're good as well.
Yeah.
So
That's
we-
what, you know, with all this pizza craze, we gotta start pushing that more, however we have to do.
Well, I think what I'd like to do is add a different element, because I think we've got great pizza and numerous great pizza
Yeah,
places.
we do.
So the change is what I'd like to what I like to get some of the stuff that we don't have as much of, you know, and really
Right.
try to cater to as many people, as we're a pretty diverse town, and that's, you know, trying to create that.
It'd be nice if we had a place like Chuck's Steakhouse again. That was the great,
Yep.
we were talking about
I
that.
agree.
There was nothing better.
That was awesome.
There was nothing better than Chuck's.
Before we forget, can I make a motion to approve the meeting? We talked about the meetings, but we didn't.
Oh, the
approve
minutes
the
from-
sched- We didn't approve the schedule.
The only adjustment or suggestion that I may make is that we not have a meeting in December. If there's a need for a meeting, we could always call a special meeting.
Sure.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll put a special
I
meeting
did,
with
I did that
question
this
mark.
year with the ZBA, John, and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the library,
And the people,
the
you know,
library
we-
doesn't
we-
meet in December.
We have good people working on our committees.
Yeah.
And it's good for them to have,
Well,
especially around Christmas.
like our planning and zoning commission, we don't have a scheduled meeting.
Right.
But because we had so many things on the docket, that what we did is have a special meeting.
Mhm.
You know, so we could simply do it this
Absolutely.
year also.
Yep.
We did the
Like
same
that.
thing with the library for December.
Are we opening up
Thank you for
soon?
that, Amy.
Oh, we don't have a date yet.
We were,
That's
I
good.
was,
That's
I was,
good.
We don't have a date yet.
I was in there last week,
I
and
have a
How's it
lot of
looking?
exciting.
I'll
It's
tell you
gotta be
what,
beautiful.
it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
It
I'm really
is.
excited.
How
Yeah.
long did it take him to do the asbestos abatement?
I don't.
I don't
even-
talk to
I
them
don't-
about
yeah, I don't
how
have the-
long it's
I would say
taken or
that's
anything,
a
but,
long drawn out
That was a good
process.
chunk of it.
yeah, I mean, it,
But there's some exciting stuff
you gotta
coming.
do it.
I'm excited.
when, you know, when you have claims, especially something this
I know,
large, and they're gonna do their due diligence and look at every, people think that here you go,
Yeah,
just
right.
shoveling money at you.
Yeah.
So that took, quite a
It's
length
gonna-
of
it's
time,
gonna be-
but
oh, it's
we're
gonna be
well
beautiful.
into, doing everything, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be pretty special.
And I got some exciting, imaginative ideas for the grand reopening. So
Good.
it's not just going to be an open the doors. It's going to be nice.
No, it's
event.
gonna be, we're
Good.
gonna,
It's
yeah,
gonna be a
we're gonna
really
have a
nice
Do
big,
event.
something good for the kids.
yep,
Oh, there's
absolutely,
gonna be plenty.
absolutely.
You won't recognize
No?
where if you were at the library as a child. I promise you, when we open those
I
doors,
I
you
went
won't
in there all the
recognize
time.
it.
When I go for my walks, I just stop in
It's
and
going to be amazing.
see what's going
I'm
on.
really
is.
excited.
It's a great place.
Well, we have no public, so no
We have
comments,
Public.
and Judy, you can,
So at this point, motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is ended at 7:38 PM, December 11th.
Thank you all.
thank you, gang.
Well, happy holidays there.